Greetings, welcome to my channel. If you are particularly new, this is where I like to share my Moments of Sanctuary stories about where I've seen the sacred encounter the ordinary. If you would like to follow along, you can just hit the red subscribe button or give me a thumbs up. That helps other people be able to find and view these stories as well. So today I wanted to take a little break from the mission trips and share my call to my current position at Braddock Street United Methodist in Winchester. It had been a very long journey in Texas. I was a part-time youth director, and my husband had been doing graphic arts, which the .com crash, all that kind of thing was going over, lots of turnover, hard to have stability. And I underwent cancer treatment that hurt us financially. I only had catastrophic level self-insurance. It wasn't very good coverage, and it was a very difficult time. So we started looking for some more stability, and we started praying about what we needed to do for our family. And we decided that it would be better if I was the full-time person and my husband could stay at home with the boys, who were 2 and 5 at the time. So we started praying about what that would look like. And we were open with our kids so young to go anywhere in the entire world, for that matter, and do what we were called to do as a family. So I took my youth at the time from Texas to a trip to Panama, which I haven't done those stories yet, and there's many of those, so stay tuned. But through that, I heard a distinct call that I should continue working with youth in the United States. So still pretty big field. So I started looking, exploring, praying over posts that were posted of jobs across the country, started interviewing, trying to get a feel. Some of them actually felt like they were a really great fit. And I was sometimes even surprised that the job didn't work out or didn't see itself through. And I kept wondering, well, okay, what's going on? One job that I interviewed for was in Winchester, Virginia. And when I got there, everything went well. There wasn't anything really that was a red flag or seemed off. In fact, it seemed like another really good fit. And I asked them if I could, the evening before my flight out that morning, just spend some time in their sanctuary. So I went in and sat in the pews, and this was on Sunday evening after I had been to worship that morning. And I was praying for a sign, quite frankly. I wanted the Lord to directly tell me what I should do. And don't we wish that was kind of always the way it was, that we sometimes would find it easier if we were just told what to do? So I honestly, that's what I was waiting for. Something that would let me know that this was the place more than any of the others. And I remember during worship how I was really struck with the fact of them taking the offertory plates up to the front of the sanctuary and lifting them up to the cross on the very front of the raised altar area. And I thought, oh, there's something up there that's going to show me if this is the place or not the place. So I started walking up to the front of the sanctuary. Nobody else is in the building. And I walk up the stairs, and as soon as my foot touched the top of the landing, I felt the presence of the Holy Spirit come upon me and say, "This is holy ground." And I happened to be wearing sandals at the time, which I thought was rather appropriate. So I took them off, and I walked up to where the offertory plates were offered, and I felt the voice inside me saying, "This is the place that I have called you to." And I was just overcome by the strong sense that this was my home, that this is where I was meant to be. And so I just started praying, and I just got down on my knees and I said, "I will be obedient. I will come and serve. You might want to tell my family, since they now have to move 1,300 miles or so, and you may want to tell the search committee because they haven't offered me the job yet. You get this all lined up, and I'm willing to come." So I was driven to the airport. I told the woman who drove me, I said, I know I've been told there's a couple other candidates and that y'all still have a process to go through in this, but I just want you to go ahead on my behalf and tell the search committee that in my heart and my mind that Braddock Street is an awesome fit for me and that I would be honored if I could be considered to be the director of youth. And she said, that's awesome, that's great, I'll be sure to let them know. So went to the airport, flew back to Texas, came in the door, and my husband said, we're moving to Virginia, aren't we? And I said, I think we are. And he goes, I thought so. And that was pretty much the conversation. I got back later evening, got the kids ready for bed. I had a message on my voicemail that said, I know you need to get yourself in order, but once everything's settled and the kids are in bed, give me a call. We would like to discuss terms for you coming to Braddock Street. So I called back, and for whatever reason, before the person who drove me to the airport had even returned back to Winchester, the committee had already met. The other candidates, for various reasons, had already been eliminated or fallen through, or things had happened, and they all collectively had gotten together and voted to offer me the position. So that evening, I discussed the terms of coming and serving, and this has been such a good fit. There's been a couple times that I have been tempted or curious that maybe my leading was to go somewhere else, and each time I have strongly felt that this was where I was meant to be, and I will continue to be until I am released from that and get that sense somewhere else. It's not always that there's such a strong reassurance. Sometimes we don't get that clear message of what it is we are supposed to do, but when we do, it is holy and sacred, and we should hold on to those times, for those times that we're unsure and there's silence. So may you remember on this day, whether it's loud or silent, that you have been fearfully and wonderfully made, and may you lean into your own moments of sanctuary. Thank you so much. Blessings on your day.